Hey, Nicole from Tax Wars here. I'm just coming to you with another update from the IRS. This is more of a tax tip, I guess, than an update. This is in regards to employees and the misclassification of employees and independent contractors. So this tax tip is from August 2nd, 2022. It's issue number tax tip 2022-117, entitled Worker Classification 101, Employee or Independent Contractor. Now, this is something that we see happen quite often, where employers will misclassify their employees as independent contractors. Basically, the difference is that with an employee, you will also have workers' comp, you will have to withhold taxes, you'll be responsible for a part of the taxes, the employee will be responsible for part of it, and then you will have to deposit all of those funds that are withheld to the IRS. You'll have to file the 940s, the 941s, report all that information to the IRS on a quarterly basis and then annually, where if you have an independent contractor, you really just have to make the payments to the independent contractors, file the 1099 NEC at the end of the year for non-employee compensation, and that's really it. So it's a lot easier and you save a lot of money that way. However, if you misclassify your employee, then you could end up spending a lot more than you would have if you would have just paid your employee out properly in the beginning of the year. So basically, they just want you to know that businesses might pay independent contractors and employees for similar work, but there are very key differences that need to be paid attention to when deciding what whether to pay your employee as an employee or whether they are an independent contractor. It is very critical for business owners to correctly determine whether the people providing services are employees or independent contractors. So they give some information here to help business owners avoid problems that can result from misclassifying their workers. An employee is generally considered anyone who performs services if the business can control what can be done and how it will be done. So if the business has control over that, if somebody comes into your office, if you set their time, you tell them when to come in, you tell them when to leave, you tell them what to do, then they are most likely going to be an employee rather than an independent contractor. What matters is that the business has the right to control the details of how the workers' services are performed. Independent contractors are normally people in an independent trade, business, or profession in which they offer services to the public or to businesses. So that's going to be the biggest thing. There are some other things that kind of go into effect when you're considering whether someone is an employee or an independent contractor. It's the behavioral control. Does the company have the control or have the right to control what the worker does and what job the worker does and how they do it? The financial control. Does the business direct or control the aspects of the worker's job? Are the business aspects of the worker's job controlled by the payer? Things like how the worker is paid, are expenses reimbursed, who provides the tools and supplies. Those will all come into account when determining whether someone is an employee or an independent contractor. Usually, if you are providing all the supplies, you provide the computer, you provide the workspace, then they're most likely not an independent contractor. They're most likely an employee. Another thing would be the relationship of the parties. Are there written contracts or employee type benefits such as pension plan, insurance, vacation pay? Will the relationship continue, and is the work performed a key aspect of the business? So those are just a couple of things to keep in mind when determining whether your worker is an employee or an independent contractor. And we all know once you misclassify someone as an employee that should be an employee as an independent contractor, and you pay them out on that 1099, you could face serious penalties and actually end up paying a lot more money out than you would have if you would have just paid the employee correctly. So we will include the link to this so that you can review this and make sure that you know what you're doing before you determine whether your worker is an employee or an independent contractor. All right, so just make sure that you share this video. Also like and subscribe. Thank you.